Hello and welcome to what I believe is the first NBA 2K23 roguelike rebuild. The way this is going to work is I'm going to take a team from the NBA. In this case, we're going to do the Oklahoma City Thunder to lead us off here. And we're going to rebuild them using roguelike elements. Now, you may have seen this in games like Hades or other games like that. Maybe Tape to Tape is a really good example of a sports version of this. Now, of course, with NBA 2K23, we can't get quite as creative as those games because we're limited by what we have. But what I do have is I've put together some wheels that we're going to spin when teams hit certain milestones. So I'm going to show you those here in a second. And basically the way it's going to work is each time they hit a specific milestone, we'll spin the wheel. So let's look at the wheels right now. So the first one is if they win a game. So after every win, we're going to spin this wheel and they're going to get whatever happens here. Now, if they go on a 3-game winning streak, they get to spin the bigger wheel. We'll call this the medium wheel. And they get to do one of these things over here. Every time they get hit 10 wins, so 10, 20, 30, and so on, they get to spin the milestone wheel. So these are all very big things that can happen. And they're going to represent big shifts for the team. Now, the one thing that's special about this wheel is that when any of them happen, we'll then take them off. So you can't just roll 3 or 4 times to take a player from your last 10 opponents. If it happens once, I misspelled opponents there. If it happens once, then that's gone. So you only get to do that one time. However, it's not all positive. If they go on a 2-game losing streak, they have to spin this wheel, which has several bad negative things to happen. And then if they lose 4 games in a row or get to 10 losses, so 10, 20, 30, and so on losses, they'll have to spin the loss milestone wheel. Now, these do not go away, unlike the positive milestones. So we're just going to get started. It's going to be a lot. Hopefully it's not too long of a video, but we're going to go with the Thunder. This is going to be a test, I think, because they do not have the best roster, but this should be a good test of how this is going to work. Now, it's only going to be one season, so we have one season to try to win a championship. Hopefully that can happen, but it's going to be a tough test. Hopefully, the Thunder do start off with some relatively winnable games, so hopefully we'll get a good start. We're going to sim through this Timberwolves game. They get a loss. So right away, starting off on the wrong foot. So we have to spin the loss wheel. So let's do that. All right, so we have -10 mental, and now we have to see which player that is going to go to. All right, so our first negative attribute is going to Lou Dort. Okay, so Dort is going to lose some points in his mental. I think let's just keep it kind of consistent here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and then we'll go pass perception down 2 more. This shouldn't hurt him too bad. He was 78 overall when this began, so hopefully he gets to stay there. Yeah, he's still the same. So let's go on to our next game. Okay, another loss, so we're going to go back to the board. Okay, so I just realized I forgot it's every 2-game losing streaks, not every loss. So we're just going to leave Dort with his negatives, and Chet is going to be safe for now. So let's move on to this game against the Timberwolves. Hopefully we can pick up a win here. No, we do not. Fortunately, we don't have to do anything there, so we can sim through the Clippers. Another loss, which means we're spinning the big negative wheel. So go back over here. All right, our first big negative is -20 offense, and funnily enough, it is on Chet Holmgren. All right, Chet is more of a defensive player anyway, so I don't think this is going to hurt him too much. I'm going to leave a lot of his stuff untouched. We want to be smart with this, but I don't want to just throw it all into standing dunk or hands. However, in saying that, I think I'm going to I want to keep his rebounding up. I think I am going to take his driving dunk down. I have to do 20 points, right? So bringing that down 5. What else? We can bring his pass accuracy down 5. We can bring his pass IQ down 5. And maybe, I don't want to bring his this is tough. Where do I not care? Let's do mid-range. I don't really care if his mid-range sucks. So we'll bring this down to 67. So that's 20 points down from Chet. Hopefully he's not affected too much. He's still a 77, so it's not too big of a deal. Now, we were really looking for that first win here. We finally get a win. Perfect. Okay, so finally we get to spin a positive board. Let's see. Maybe we could claw some of that offense back for Chet. We do get offense. Ooh, it's so close to being on Chet, but it's going to be on Ousmane Dieng. So throw it back over here, and let's see what we can do with Dieng. All right, now this is where we have to be smart, right? Dieng does not play a ton, so he's coming off the bench. Where could he make the biggest impact? I'm thinking if we give him a 3-point shot, so we put all of it into 3-point shooting, give him 10 points there. It's not going to move his overall up at all, but it should make him more of a weapon off the bench. All right, we've had another back-to-back losses, so we have to spin the bad wheel again. Things are not looking good so far for these Thunder. We get -10 defense on Robinson Earl. All right, Robinson Earl, a very solid player. Not a great defender, so I don't think this hurts us too much. I think we'll go 5 to his perimeter and 5 to his steal. Because hopefully, as one of our big men, I mean, he's not very tall, if memory serves, but as one of our big men, he won't be out on the perimeter too much anyways. All right, we are currently 1-7, and we're going up against the Bucks. This could be another bad wheel spin for us. It is not. We pull out a victory. That is huge. We needed to stop that bleeding streak and turn things around. So we get to spin a positive wheel once again. Hopefully this can be good for us. We're adding 2 badges to our budding superstar, I guess, Ousmane Dieng. Okay, we have added, quite a bit to his 3-point shooting. So I think it would be smart to give him some badges in the 3-point shooting spot. I think I'd like to give him catch and shoot because he's kind of a bigger dude, so he's not going to be with the ball very much. We're going to give him bronze catch and shoot. And then what else would be good for him? Not personality. What about if we gave this man could I give him bully? Is that too much? Actually, quick first step. Quick first step I feel like is a very good one to put on anybody. So we'll put quick first step and catch and shoot on Ousmane Dieng. Unfortunately, back-to-back losses yet again, so we have to spin that bad wheel. And we get -10 offense for my boy and yours, Alex Pokuševski. All right, so we've taken a little bit away from Poku's offense. We took some from his inside game. It is not looking very good for the Thunder. They're on the verge of hitting their 10-loss milestone already, and we're only 11 games into the season. Really need to turn things around. And it does not happen. The Thunder will be spinning the big bad wheel yet again. Somebody is losing 20 off their athleticism, and it's going to be my favorite Thunder player, Lindy Waters III, taking a big hit. Fortunately, the man pretty much relies on his 3-point shooting to make an impact, so hopefully this won't be too big of a deal. All right, so for Lindy, I don't really want to get rid of any of his speed attributes, so I'm going to drop his speed down.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What is that, by 8? 8, and then I'll drop his vertical by 7. That gets me to 15. And then I said I didn't want to drop his speed, but I think I'm going to do hustle down by 5. So that should get us to the 20. And we got to start praying that things turn around soon because this is not looking good for this rebuild. Okay, we get a W. Huge, huge, huge. And we get to drop 10 offense on your boy Chet Holmgren. All right, again, what we want to do here is probably go into 3-point shooting. I mean, we just need players that are going to score at this point. So we're going to do 5 into 3-point shooting, get him up to a solid 80. And then I think I might go to his ball handle. Will that work? Is that good? I'm just trying to think of like things that are going to make Chet more of a presence on the floor. So if we go to his ball handle, we could go to his mid-range, but I'm going to stick with ball handle for now. And hopefully this can help turn things around because we really need it. We need it bad. It's not looking good. Now, this would be huge to win 2 in a row, but it is the Celtics, so it's going to be tough. We get a W. That's huge. All right, we spin the lower tier wheel again and get +10 defense, which goes to the man this wheel loves today, Ousmane Dieng, who is becoming quite a player. All right, so I'm upping his interior defense by 6, leaving us 4 points. So we'll go 2 more into block and 2 into perimeter, just trying to make him a better all-around defender. And this is big news because if we can beat the Wizards, who are not that good, that'll give us the spin on the medium tier wheel, which would be huge for us at this point. We get another W. We get to spin the medium wheel. It's a great day. You love to see it. All right, so we're spinning the medium wheel. Would love to get an equal value trade here, make some moves, because that is based on money value. Okay. All right, so we get to make an equal value trade. The way this works is we get to make a trade of equal money value. So we're going to spin the wheel for the player, and then we get to find a player who is equal to that same value and take them. So it's kind of cheating, but it should be fun. And kind of unfortunately, the player we're trading away is Pokuševski. That could leave us with plenty of room. We'll have to look and see what his contract is. But Pokusevski will no longer be a Thunder player. We get to replace him with someone who is hopefully as good or better. Okay, I did quite a bit of looking. Poku only has a $3.26 million contract, so there's not a ton to work with. I would have loved to bring in a small forward. Unfortunately, I mean, there's some options, but I think Desmond Bane is going to be the biggest upgrade we can get for a equivalent value trade here. So Desmond Bane is joining the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, and we get to immediately test out Desmond Bane against this old team, the Memphis Grizzlies. They're doing very well, and we beat them, which means we get to roll the medium tier board. Excuse me, I got too excited. We only get to roll the lower tier board. And we're adding plus 10 mental to the big Aussie, Joshua Giddey. All right, we've gotten Josh Giddey's mental stats all up to 70 or above, and the Thunder are rolling because they just beat the New York Knicks by quite a bit, which means we get to spin this wheel one more time, plus 10 mental, for the Chetster. Does anybody call him that? Does anyone call him the Chetster? I feel like he would hate that. But we're going to dump all of the Chetster's mental into his offensive consistency, make him more of a threat on that side of the ball. And the winning finally stops against the Nuggets and continues against the Bulls, which means we have to go spin that negative wheel one more time, where somebody is getting a 10-day injury. And that somebody is fortunately only Robinson Earl, not a player that plays a ton for us, so not a huge loss. All right, Robinson Earl has his 10-day injury, but what's it going to be for? Let's see. I'm just going to close my eyes. We're going to get something randomly. It is going to be for a strained groin. My man has strained his penis area. Gotta feel bad for him. And the Thunder are back on a losing streak. They picked up 2 more losses, which means we'll get to spin the big bad wheel one more time. This is becoming quite a theme for us so far. And somebody is losing 20 offense, and it's going to be, is it going to be Lindy? No, Jalen Williams losing his 20 offense, sorry. Now, the good news is this is, at least in the game, the lower rated Williams, so not too big of a loss for us. All right, the Thunder are back to winning ways, picking up a victory against the Spurs, which means we're adding 10 of those mental stats to young Trey Mann. That'll be good. He plays the point guard position. I believe he is our backup, so good for him. Make him a little bit smarter. All right, boosting Trey's defensive consistency and help defensive IQ by 5 each to give us those 10 points. And you know what they say about him now. He is a smart guy. Smart guy.
Shut up. You shut up.
Hey, we don't say shut up in this family.
Hey, but Dad.
Hey, hush up.
And the winning ways don't last for very long. The Thunder lose back-to-back games, this time to the Timberwolves in a close one, and then get absolutely throttled by the Hawks, which means we're back to spinning that bad wheel yet again. This time it's another minus 10 offense for our newest signing, Desmond Bane. You hate to see that because he is definitely more of an offensive player, but we'll see what we can do with him. All right, so I'm going to keep this a little easy for Desmond. We're just going to drop off 3, 3, and 4. It's not like he's in the post very often, so it shouldn't be too much of a hurt to him. And we continue to have the Grizzlies number after sending them Alex Pokusevski back in winning ways. Hopefully this time we can start a streak because we are 1 win away from getting the milestone reward, which is huge. It'll be a big boost, but for now we're going to spin the lower tier wheel. And this time we get plus 10 athleticism on wheelofnames.com's favorite son, Ousmane Dieng. I just checked, by the way, on the results, and Ousmane Dieng has won the wheel 4 out of 18 times we've spun it, and every single time it's been positive. So he is definitely getting the brunt of the positives here. I'm just going to make a couple of very easy moves there. So that's that was 6. What else are we going to do? So we'll put 4 more into speed, and that should get us to 10. Now, our next win will give us the milestone, so hopefully we can get it here against the Cavs. That would be huge. They're actually pretty good in this save, which is somewhat surprising. And we pick up a W against the Cavs. That gives us 10. That means we get to spin the big milestone wheel. Could be game-changing. Let's see what happens. Okay, we get to badge out a player with 8 badges. Now, one thing I will say is that in these simulations, I'm not sure how much badges actually matter, but we do get to put... I didn't mean to spin it again. This does not count. But we're going to put 8 badges on somebody. And that somebody is going to be the big Aussie Josh Giddey. Good to go for a player that actually plays quite a bit. Hopefully this can make a substantial upgrade for our Australian point guard / shooting guard. Okay, so first things first, I think we're going to upgrade his floor general to gold. That's going to help everybody on the court. I'm also definitely going to give him quick first step if he doesn't have it. Yeah, we're going to go quick first step up to gold. So that's 4 already. I'd like to do some defending things. What can we get here? We'll give him glove up to silver. That's 6. And then maybe grab... should I get off-ball pest or maybe clamps or anything else that looks fun to have on this guy? Ooh, bully could be fun, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go... We'll just do... Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give him the things we already have, and then I'm going to drop hyperdrive and handles for days. Just make him an all-out playmaking beast. And the good times keep on rolling because now we have won 3 in a row, which means we also get to spin the medium tier wheel, and we're giving somebody plus 20 to their offense. And finally he pops up, Mr. Shai Gilgeous, I hope I'm not mispronouncing it, Gilgeous Alexander gets plus 20 to his offense, which is massive. He is our best player, and now he gets even better. All right, so Shai is already pretty disgusting offensively. I think the obvious place to go is to give him a 93-point shot. And then from there, I mean, everything is so good on this guy. In fact, to be honest with you, let's just do this. We're going 95 three-point shot. You know what? We're going 99 three-point shot. Can he go 100? No. So we have 1 point left. Give it to his ball handle, baby. All right. Is that 20? Yeah, that's 20. So just all out, he's going to be a disgusting, disgusting offensive player. And that sends his overall up from 93 to 95. So Shai quickly becoming, I mean, he already is in real life, but in the save, becoming one of the best of the best. And we get another win, which gives us 4 straight. We get to spin the wheel one more time. This time we get plus 10 defense on the Chetster, making him even better on that end of the court. Okay, so for Chet, let's send his interior up to 80. Well, leaves us with 7 more points, so we'll send his block up to 90. That's 5, and then we'll just do perimeter up to 64 to get us that 10. And that has moved Chet up to a 78, so a couple of our better young players progressing very nicely so far. In fact, I mean, our starting 5 now, all in the 78s or above, so looking very solid here. Is looking a little small because we have Desmond Bane at the small forward slot, but our 1 and 2 guard are so tall it doesn't really matter. And we pick up another victory, this time against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And we're adding plus 10 defense again, this time on one of our off-the-bench do-everything options, Lou Dort. Okay, because Lou Dort is coming off the bench, I really want him to fill in a niche. So I'm going to start trying to make him into a perimeter stopper by boosting his steals up to 56. Now, it's not as high as I'd like, but we can start getting him into that spot. And we beat the Grizzlies again, which gives us another 3 wins in a row, meaning we get to spin the medium tier good wheel. It also means we're almost at 500. I don't want to jinx it, but this is looking good. I got to admit, I got really excited thinking we were going to get another good trade, but we do get 20 offense for Jalen Williams. Jalen is, in this version, the better Williams twin. I know they're not actually twins. So he is going to be someone that we like to put points into at when and where we can. I'm going to spread his around. So I'm going to get his close shot up to 90. So that was 6, 8. This is 12, right? We'll do this. That's 13, 14. I'd love to get his rebounding up. Yeah, we're going to do, so we're up to 15, so I'll do 5 into offensive rebounding to end us out here. But just kind of making him more of an all-around player. The winning ways continue against Portland. We are on our way to a 10-game winning streak, which would be amazing if that can happen. But for now, we're giving plus 10 mental to my godson, Lindy Waters III. Okay, so for Lindy, I think the only thing we really need to do is up his defensive consistency by 10, make him a little bit better on that end of the floor. And we finally get a loss. We do lose to the Portland Trailblazers after beating them last time, ending a, 7-game winning streak? Yeah, 7-game winning streak. But it's been a good run. Hopefully we can turn around just before Christmas against the Pelicans. They're not much better than us. They're better than us. I spoke too soon. Okay, let's go spin that negative wheel. Okay, a potentially troublesome 10-day injury for Kenrick Williams. So hopefully not too big of a deal. He doesn't play a ton, but he does play some. So hopefully we can shake this off. All right, Kenrick's out for 10 days. He is going to fall from a Sprained left wrist. Ooh, hate to see that one. And the losing streak continues, and I have bad news because it is a milestone loss. We've hit our 20 loss mark, which is no good because that means we have to spin the bad wheel. And this time we get a potentially devastating 20-day injury, and it's going to our do everything off the bench player, Lou Dort. You hate to see it at this point. We really need him to turn around this loss streak. Okay. All right, Lou is going down with my personal favorite injury. He got the wind knocked out of him, and he's out for 20 days. Okay, but even with 2 players down, we somehow pull out a victory, and that gets plus 10 defense for Jalen Williams. All right, Jalen is actually up to a 79, which is great. Now, he's kind of like middle of the road and everything, so we get plus 10 to work with here. We'll do that for sure. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this easy. We'll do that, and then we'll do plus 5 and plus 4. Get those rebounding, that interior up, but keep him still a perimeter nuisance. He's plays small, power forward for us a lot, so we'd like to see him better in the post, but not too terrible. Unfortunately, we follow that up with another 2-game losing streak. We are really struggling right now. We need to turn it back around quickly. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen because we're losing 10 mental on Ousmane Dieng. He's hit the wheel so many times today, but it's always been positive until right now. He was really like rising up the charts, turning himself into a solid player. Obviously, the minus 10 mental is not going to be a huge hit to him, but all right, we did lose one more time to the Wizards, but we have turned it around and picked up a victory against the Mavs. I did also notice that Dieng has been sent to the G League, so we're going to take him off the wheel for now because he's not going to help us at this point, which is too bad because he was making quite the move up the roster, but unfortunately, the computer has seen fit to send him down for whatever reason. All right, we're adding 2 badges to Jalen Williams, who has also now been coming up quite a bit on this wheel. Maybe he's becoming the new Dieng? All right, I want to give Dieng a few scoring badges. I think what makes the most sense probably for him at this point is to give him Bully and then Catch and Shoot. Maybe Claymore. I think I'm going to go Catch and Shoot for now. Or Corner Specialist? Or we're just going to go Catch and Shoot. But he's definitely a good shooter, so I'd like to keep him in that rhythm. All right, another win against the Heat, starting a little win streak here, which means we're adding plus 10 offense to the big Aussie, Josh Giddey. Okay, so for Giddey, I kind of want to up his mid-range shot a little bit, so we're going to go this up to 80, which leaves us with 4 points left. Do I go 3-point shot? I mean, he's going to have all these passing stuff pretty high, so I think I'm going to go up to his 3-point shot and just keep boosting that a little bit more. We want to make him more of an all-around shooter, just make him a threat all over the court. And now we have a trio of 85-plus players, including, of course, 95 Shea, who's just going to be lighting the league on fire this year. And we were able to use that trio to get another win over the 76ers, giving us 3 wins in a row, which means we get to spin the medium tier board. All right, not the sexiest thing, but we get to add plus 10 mental. Look, he can't stop showing up. It's going to Josh Giddey yet again. All right, we get 20 to work with here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all in on defense. So send this up to 80, send this up to 80. 80 for Giddey, not 80 for Brady, and go with that. And this is huge, everybody. We get our next milestone. This could be massive, so let's see what happens on this wheel. All right, the take 10, or take a player from your last 10 opponents is still available. That would be huge if we can get that here. Let's hope for it. Not quite. Plus 50 athleticism, still solid. And it is going to go to Jalen Williams. Now, this is the less good in the game Jalen Williams, but still great to have it on a guy that's going to do some solid minutes for us. Hopefully we'll get to do at least one more of those milestone wins, but for now, let's go see what we can do with Jalen Williams. Okay, now this is really good because Jalen Williams actually has pretty bad athleticism stats, so we can kind of play around quite a bit here. So I'm going to go, we're first just going to move up to 60 speed, 60 acceleration. So that was what, 23? 23, so we'll do this up to 80, so that gets us, that's 30, so we get 20 more to play with, all right? So I'm going to do, we're just going to go all out on speed, baby. 70 to lateral, 70 to speed, that gets us to 50. That's going to be a much faster, much more dangerous Jalen Williams coming off our bench. Now, you can't see it in his overall, but I'll let you know, he is a physical beast at this point. I mean, okay, it says D+, but you just got to trust me, okay? He's much better than he was. See what I mean? We give him 50 athleticism. We beat the Nets 122 to 94. Now, I will say, keep in mind, this roster is using the post-trade deadline in the real world, so this Nets team is depleted, But still, we beat him, okay? And that means we're dropping 2 more badges on the other Jalen Williams. The Jalen Williams twins keep getting upgrades. All right, last time we actually added badges to Jalen. We gave him Bronze Bully and Bronze Catch and Shoot. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give him Silver Bully, and then I'm also going to give him Corner Specialist so he can come out and take some shots, because you know you're going to have Giddey and Shea spreading the floor with Bane out there taking shots. So hopefully Jalen Williams could come in and get some of those corner threes up. And that's 3 wins in a row with this big victory over the Pacers by nearly 40 points. So let's go spin that medium tier wheel. All right, somebody's getting plus 10 athleticism. Who's it going to be? It ain't a Jalen Williams. It's a K Williams, everybody. Plus 20 for Kenrick Williams. All right, much like Jalen Williams, his brother, again, he's not really his brother. We're going to focus on speed here. He has a little bit better because he's got this lateral quickness. So we're going to go speed up to 70, acceleration up to 70. That puts us at 8. We're going to go up to 15, get speed with ball up to 70. And then I'm going to do strength up to 70 and vertical up to 75. And that should be 20 for Mr. Kenrick. All right, the winning streak stops and we get 2 back-to-back losses. So we're back to the bad wheel. Somebody's losing 10 athleticism and we're right back to Kenrick. But fortunately, even though we've lost some points, we still get a W against the Hawks. We've kind of been destroying them, I feel like, a lot of this season, so they must not be very good. And that W gives us plus 10 offense on my godson, Lindy Waters III. All right, you know exactly what we're doing here with Lindy. If he's going to do anything, he's going to hit 3-point shots. So this is going all the way to a 92, my boy. Looking very good for the man from Oklahoma State. Another victory against the Cavs gets us 2 more badges for the do-everything Lou Dort. All right, keeping with that idea of turning Lou into a defensive menace. Haha. No, we're not going to go with menace. We're actually going to go with interceptor on bronze and give him gold glove, or silver glove, excuse me. We beat the Rockets, so we get to go spin that good wheel once again. And we're adding another plus 10 athleticism on the do everything Lou Dort. All right, Dort has a nice spread here, so we're just going to spread this 10 points around pretty evenly. That's 1. That's 5, 6, 7. We'll go 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that works. Okay. We get another win against the Rockets. That's back-to-back victories over Houston. And this team is channeling their inner DK Metcalf and adding another plus 10 athleticism, this time to Desmond Bane. Okay, we just straightened out some of Bane's athleticism, giving him some speed, some vertical, and now we're to the All-Star draft. So this is very important because if one of our players makes the All-Star team, which I'm hoping Shea can make it, we'll get to spin the milestone reward again. I think I forgot to say it up top, but the All-Star thing, the All-Star team is going to give us an extra milestone. We don't get like multiples if Desmond Bane and Josh Giddey and Shea all make it. We don't get 3 spins. We just get 1 spin if one player makes it. We don't want to make it too overpowered. Might change that in future ones, but for now we're just going to do 1. So let's see who we get. We will draft. I'll go ahead and draft for Team LeBron. Why not? Who do I get to pick? Is any of our guys... Okay, none of our guys are up there, so we'll just go through this real quick. We'll just draft whoever it is. Come on. Yep. Okay, cool. This team's all bigs. All bigs, baby. Okay, yeah, we'll take... Luka's great. I love Luka. And we'll take Trey next, too. He's the wrong Oklahoma, in my opinion, but he did play in Oklahoma. Now, okay, Shea is on the team, so we do get Shea, which means we get to spin the wheel, which is all we really care about. So I'm just going to skip the rest of this, and we'll go to the wheel. All right, so just like last time, this could be big. We would really love to get the take a player from your last 10 opponents. Now, obviously, we're not at a 10-win milestone, but we could still get some nice players from this. Okay, this is huge. So I don't have to spin the player wheel this time. We can just go straight back and look at who we've beaten in the last 10 games, see who we get to just take. We could take anybody we want. This could be massive for the future of this save. All right, so let's look at who we've beaten. We've beaten the Rockets. We've beaten the Cavs, the Hawks. That's 4. Pacers is 5. Nets is 6. Bulls is 7. Oh, we could take Joel Embiid. The Sixers are 8. The Heat is 9. And then the Mavs. Sorry, I just thought about Luka on this team. Is it going to be Luka or is it going to be Embiid? All right, I'm going to look through these teams. I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those two, but we will see. I mean, James Harden doesn't play for the Rockets anymore, does he? Does he play for the Nets? No, he plays for the 76ers. We could bring James Harden back. Okay, I'm going to look at it and I'll show you the results when we get there. All right, everybody. I would love to get Luka. In fact, that would be who I'd probably take here if we were just starting from scratch. Unfortunately, as you can see over here, the team is just stacked at the guard position. I mean, he could play up, but we already have Desmond Bane, Josh Giddey, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So I think that's just going to be a mistake. So we're going to get Joel Embiid. Who should we give them? I guess we're going to give them Robinson Earl. We will give them a center. We'll make it fair. They're, of course, not going to like this trade, but we're going to make it. And so your new look Thunder. This team's going to be ridiculous. Okay, so now they have Joel Embiid, Shea, Giddey, Bane, Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren. I mean, this team just looks absolutely stacked. We may have a legitimate chance to win this rebuild in the first season due to that massive, massive trade. All right, I thought we were, just going to steamroll people. We did lose to the Warriors. It was closer than last time, but we did come out and beat the Lakers, so we'll get to go spin that wheel. And this team gets even twitchier with 10 plus athleticism to Isaiah Joe. So not the sexiest one, but still, we'll take it. Okay, so with the trade deadline now here, I will take all of the trades out of the wheel. We can no longer do any trades, so good thing we got that one in at the last second. And we get another victory over the Trailblazers, which means a minor mental boost for Jalen Williams. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get a 3-game winning streak because the Pelicans pipped us right in between wins, but we did beat the Rockets right before the All-Star break, so we're going to spin this wheel one more time. This time we're giving 2 more badges to Kenrick Williams. All right, Kenrick is a pretty solid shooter, so I'm going to give him catch and shoot, and let's go Deadeye on this guy. All right, a rare at this point 2-loss streak, which actually brings us to the next loss milestone at 30 losses. So we're going to have to spin that bad wheel once again. The good news here is that we cannot do a bad value trade because that's off the market. But we do lose 10 mental. And that downgrade hits Trey Mann, who has fallen down the depth chart a little bit after the trades we made, but still a solid player on the team. Okay, but we follow it up with a victory, which gets us our next milestone victory. That's 30 wins. So we're finally at 500, 30 and 30. Looking good. And this time around, we're giving somebody plus 50 to their mental. And it's going to Chet, which is really good because that means we get to build him up behind Embiid to give us a solid 1-2 punch in the post. All right, so with 50, we're just going to go 10 in everything. Just like this. Everything gets a little bump. Whoops. And then we'll go 8 here, so that's 38. So I have 12 left. So what we'll do is we'll go 5 here, 5 here, and then you know what? 2 to help defense. So that actually brings Chet up to an 80 overall. So now we have 5 players in the 80s or above with Jalen Williams just outside and Lou Dort actually also just outside. So this team is looking rather disgusting at this point. I mean, maybe still a little small, but we're going to have a shot to win this in the playoffs. And that's another victory against the Kings. We are just beating up on them right now. We beat them by 43 in the last game, I just noticed. This time not quite as bad, but still a 20-point victory, so just walloping those guys. This time we get to add plus 10 defense to our newest player, Joel Embiid. Let's go. All right, Embiid is pretty solid across the board, so I think what we're going to do is just go into block here. Give him 10 plus to block. Because I don't really care how he does out on the perimeter. He's too big to be out there anyways. And we get our 3rd win in a row, which means we get to spin the medium tier positive reward. This could be huge for us, especially if it goes to one of our starters. And we're adding plus 20 mental to my godson, Lindy Waters III. Okay, so we definitely want to boost Lindy's defensive stats right now. We're going to go defensive consistency up 10. We'll do this up to 68. That was 6. So wait, was that 6? Yeah, so 6, 16. So this can go up to 66. So yeah, pretty solid all around there for Lindy. But somehow we do take back-to-back L's against the Jazz, who, as you can see, are not a very good team, but somehow they have destroyed us in back-to-back games. I mean, they're close, but still, we got to spin that bad wheel now. And we're getting a potentially very bad 10-day injury, but all things being equal, I will take a Kenrick Williams injury. He is doing very well this year, but we'll take him getting hurt for 10 days over, Embiid or Chet or Shea or someone like that. And Kenrick's injury is going to be because of a sprained left finger. All right, we finally beat the Warriors. So I don't think we've beaten them once this year. I think they've pipped us every single time. So this is a big win for us. And it means somebody is getting 2 more badges. And that somebody is Jalen Williams. Yet, I believe that's his third time to get badges. So good for him. All right, I'm actually going to give him a couple of defensive badges here because I want to kind of like make him more well-rounded. So I'm going to give him Pogo Stick. And I'm going to give him Anchor. Another victory against the Suns means we get to spin the wheel again. And this time we're getting plus 10 defense on Isaiah Joe. All right, that's 3 wins in a row. So we get to spin the medium wheel. And we're going plus 20 mental again. This time to Aaron Wiggins, who I believe this is the first time his name has been called tonight. Yet another win against the Spurs, which means plus 10 offense for Trey Mann, our backup point guard. And that is our 3rd win in a row against the Nets. So we will spin the medium wheel yet again. We're having a very nice end of the season. And we continue adding to our bounce, getting 20 more points in athleticism for the lesser Jalen Williams twin. All right, with Jalen, we definitely want to do some speed with ball here. He's getting 20, so we'll go 12 here to get him to 50. And then let's just go vertical. Nice and simple. Another win, this time against Toronto. I believe, what is that? 2, 4, that's 6 in a row. No. Oh, it is 6 in a row. Crud, I did my math wrong. Oops. All right, so we shouldn't have spun the medium wheel last time, so we'll just spin the normal wheel here instead of the medium. I can't do the adding stuff. That's never been my strong point. But it's basically been made right? Let's just see who gets something here. So we're going to go with, I believe it looks like 2 more badges. Yeah, 2 more badges. This time on Isaiah Joe. Again, with Joe here, the goal is to build some type of a nice perimeter defense player, so we'll go Clamps Glove. We did get pipped by the Suns, but we got back on the right track with the win against the Clippers, bring us 1 win closer to our next milestone. I think we'll get it. We should get 1 more. I think that's about the max we can hope for. Actually, that's the max we can, literally the max we can get. So 1 more milestone victory would be huge. Hopefully we can win 1 more game in our next, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But for now, let's go spin that wheel. This time we're getting 10 offense. I feel like we don't get plus 10 offense very often. And this time it's going to my godson, Lindy Waters III. All right, so bad news, everybody. We cannot just put 10 points in a 3-point shot because he only has 7 points left. So we'll put the other points into his mid-range. He has now become one of the deadliest snipers in the NBA. All right, the Clippers wouldn't give us that milestone victory, getting us a loss in the last game, but we'd come back and beat the Lakers, which means we get to do our 4th actually 5th, I guess, if you count the All-Star thing, our 5th milestone spin. So this could be big, especially if he goes on one of our good players. We're close to the playoffs. Would love to see Embiid or Shea get a nice little boost here, but we'll see what happens. The options are pretty limited here, and it's going to be 50 offense for somebody. Ooh, we could make someone into a very, very good player. And those points are going to go to Chet Holmgren. That's what we love to see, the Chetster becoming an offensive juggernaut. Okay, so here's the thing. With Joel Embiid also in the lineup, I'm actually going to go a lot into his mid-range and 3-point shot and try to make him more of a popping guy. I mean, I know he is in real life kind of that kind of player, but we get 50, so we're going to go 14 here, right? And then we're going to go 10 here, so that's 24. We'll do one here, just make it 25 even. From there, I also want to go into ball handling. So we're at 25, so this is 35. And then what else? Pass vision would be good. So 35. Let's just do up to 60. Yeah, so we're making him more of like the kind of threat that's going to be able to, handle the ball while also making some good moves out on the outside. We're trying to make him into a pick and pop type of dude to mesh well with Joel Embiid as we head into the playoffs. And obviously, as you see, that's not going to bring Chet's overall up at all. But the important thing, if you look here, we now have 3 A+ shooters in our starting lineup from the 3-point shot. So looking very good to space the floor with Giddey and Embiid. Like, this team is built very, very well right now. And then we have, Isaiah Joe, Saric, who I've not actually touched, so I'm surprised he's such a good shooter. Lindy, of course, is disgusting. Even like Trey Mann and Wiggins are very good. So we have a lot of good 3-point shooters to put around Embiid and Giddey. And then I think just enough players coming off the bench to help out to make a nice run here at the playoffs. All right, another win over the Blazers means we get to spin the wheel again. And we keep doing plyometrics because we're getting 10+ athleticism. This time for your boy, Kenrick Williams. Okay, this is very good. We get a 2-point victory over the Hornets, which means we get to spin the medium wheel. We, of course, won't get to spin the milestone wheel again unless we can win a playoff series. So this is about the best we can hope for at this point. And we're getting a nice defensive boost to Aaron Wiggins, who, you know, like I like you, Wiggins, but the issue is you're at the very bottom of the bench. It's almost the playoffs. Not the player we want to see, but, you know, what can you do? That's how random numbers work. Another win over the Pistons means we get to spin the wheel yet again. And we are jumping out the gym with 10 more athleticism, this time on our sniper, Lindy Waters. Excuse me, my godson, the sniper, Lindy Waters III. Another victory over the Pacers means another wheel spin. Also, we won by almost 50 points. So Indiana, get your act together, please. This whole team is going to start jumping out of the gym because we get another boost to athleticism. And this time it's going to Trey Man. Okay, we finally, I think, beat the Warriors. Unfortunately, the winning streak was ended by the Suns, so we don't get to spin the medium wheel. But we have one last chance if we can win our last 2 games. Nice win over the Warriors. They've been a thorn on our side all year. Let's get to that wheel. This time it's plus 10 defense to the quote-unquote lesser Jalen Williams. We keep the winning streak alive, this time against the Jazz. And that means a nice offensive boost for Desmond Bane. All right, heading into the playoffs, I'm just going to raise Desmond Bane's 3-point shot all the way up to 99. Add him to our list of 99 overall shooters, which is growing quickly. All right, so we've had the last game of the season. I accidentally clicked through. Luka was your MVP. But we're going to look through these teams. We also got a win in the last game of the season. We'll get to spin the wheel here in a minute. So let's look through these teams to see if anybody made it from our team. I have to assume somebody is going to. Joel Embiid makes it, second team All-NBA. Now, we don't get to spin any of the wheels for this. Maybe we should. I might add that in the future, but for now, we're going to leave it as is. And Shea picks up all third team. Anybody on the defensive team? Shea gets first team all defense. And Joel gets second team. Anybody on rookie? Chet gets rookie. Very good, very good. Love to see that. And that's it. So we can look real quick, actually, at the... Oh, can we not? At the awards? Here we go. Awards? No? No. There's no way to... Oh, there we go. Season awards. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. And as you can see, we somehow got the 2 seed, even though we... I mean, can we look at our record? I feel like we weren't that good. We were good at the end, but I feel like we weren't a hole at first. So with only 47 wins, we actually get second place in the... conference. Was the East like disgusting? Kind of. Lakers somehow led the Western Conference. That's not going to happen in real life. Let's look at some stats. So as you can see, we had 2 26 points per game players. Very good. Desmond Bane 18, Giddey 14. Saric surprisingly getting quite a bit of points, even though he did not get 1 boost all season, I don't think. Chet playing pretty well over in the rebounding category. Very good. Assists looking very good. I mean, Giddey having a nasty stat line. Chet and Embiid just dominating that paint. Very, very good for those two. And Shea just having a great, great season. Okay, so we are the second seed in the West. So the way this is going to work is if we can win a first-round matchup, we'll get to spin the mini wheel. If we can win the second-round matchup, we get to spin the medium wheel. And if we can win the conference finals, we get to spin the milestone wheel one more time before we get to the finals. So hopefully we can pick up some victories here. Let's go ahead and sim through these play-ins, and then we'll get to our matchup. So we're going to face the Denver Nuggets. Let's see how it goes. First game, we win. Second game, we win. Hopefully we get a sweep here. That would be nice. I'd love to get a sweep first round. Third game we win. Come on, one more. All right, we swept the Nuggets. So let's go spin that wheel now. This is not going to be a huge boost, but it's the very end of the season, so it could be nice. Okay, we're getting 2 badges. I would love to see this on Chet because Chet currently only has 2 badges, so it'd be nice to see him add some more. Fortunately, it does go to Trey Man, but, you know, you take the good with the bad. So for Trey, the goal is to build sort of another good defensive player, so we'll give him clamps and glove. I feel like that's probably the very standard ones to give his position. And our second round matchup is going to be the Pelicans. They actually beat the Grizzlies in 5 games. So we get hopefully a little bit easier matchup. This is going to be Zion, so it could be tough. Let's see how it goes. They win the first game. They win the second game. Uh-oh. We get the third game. We get the fourth game, so tied it up 2-2. Lakers doing very well up in their series. I haven't even looked over here at the East, but actually the Hawks got knocked off. That's surprising. Okay, let's go back to us. That's who we care about here. We get the third game. We're going to face the Lakers if we make it out of this. Ooh, okay, it's going to Game 7. Game 7 in Oklahoma City. Can we get a victory? We do not. The Thunder have been eliminated in the second round. Okay, dang it. Dang it. That was... I thought we had a shot. All right. So let's see who wins this playoffs, and then we'll wrap this up. Oh, no. The LA Lakers. Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, I thought they won. Okay, so it's Lakers Celtics, which this is... Okay, all right. Simulate the round. The LA Lakers. How does this keep happening? They did this in testing too. Somehow the Lakers pulled off a victory. Can I see their team real fast? The Lakers with... I mean, really, it really is just Anthony Davis and LeBron. And I mean, but somehow, some way, they pull off a victory over... I mean, who do the Pistons have? Or the Celtics have? Yeah, how is the Celtics team losing? All right, whatever. Okay, so the Lakers have won. Real quick, we're going to look at our ending team here. As you can see, we made some big upgrades. This is a much better Thunder team than our real life. We became the second seed in the West, so you have to think of that as a victory in and of itself. We've gotten some nice progression from some of our players here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to meet the challenge and win in the first season, but hopefully in the future we'll be able to make it happen. So I will see you on the next rebuild where we take on a different team and see if we can lead them to the promised land.